Hello, welcome to round 6 of the AM Season 7, and we're here at Germany 5, ready for Q1, and we have every driver on the medium tyres for this Q1 session. See, we'll go on board with Phoenix. Hasn't had the best of form recently, but hopefully he can try and recover that today, having the break week. And now we are back. Let's wait and see what he can do. We've got Giros with the purple sector 1, the reigning EM champion. And then we have Phoenix and Kozil taking the purple middle sectors. As we watch Phoenix up to the line. Hits the wall there on the exit, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time. And he does a 34.8, puts in P5 for now. And Giros currently on pole position. So as we have 18 drivers today, top 9 make it through into Q2, and currently I believe 55 Smooth would also make it through as well, as he has the exact same time as Spyro, but all of them will be looking to improve. We've got Tyne, Lozzie, Albono not too far off the Q2 spots, as we all go on board with Kozil coming through the final corner, currently sat in P3. And he goes up to P2, he should be fine. And there we go, top 9 go through. So we have Nicholas, who will be starting last place. Matt in P17, Brad qualifying from him. Got T2 in P16, Lozzie takes 15th, Pablo in 14th, Albono 13th, Larry will start 12th. It's going to be Aloxian in P11. And it's going to be Tyne P10 for today's race. Into Q2, Compressor, 55, Pigeon, Phoenix, Spyro, Milo in P4, Giros, Kozil, and Ludwig, who took pole in that session. Okay, here we go. Q2. We have the final 9 drivers looking to take pole position. Kozil's left. That's a shame. He'll be starting P9 then. Maybe he doesn't realise that it's a Q2 session. Anyway, underway. We are watching Ludwig, who did take pole in the Q1 session, and all the drivers are now back on the soft tyres and ready to try and set the fastest times they can. We had, I think it was a 0.4 for pole earlier on in the EM, so looking to try and beat that, maybe 0.3 or 0.2. If we can get that, we have Phoenix taking the purple sector 1, and it's Giros having a good performance so far. Hasn't had a good time in in AMRL this season with 5 points so far, but looking good today as we see Phoenix 34.37 over a 10th clear of P2, and then we have Ludwig P3, Spyro 4th, Compressor 5th, Smooth in P6, Pigeon 7th, and we have Milo P8, and Kozil is will be P9. So we have Spyro, purple sector 1, good stuff from him, and a purple sector 2. Let's go on board with him as he comes to the end of this lap. Here he goes, doesn't maybe get the best of grass cuts there and slightly hits the wall, so maybe not the best of third sectors, but up to the line. He does improve, it's enough for P4 for Spyro, but it's going to be Ludwig and Giros, who both set the exact same time. Absolutely crazy stuff there. We have a tied pole, and it's a 34.23 for the pair of them. And so I guess we'll just let the game decide for that one, as they both set it on their final lap. Then it's going to be Phoenix to take P3, Spyro will start P4, Compressor 5th, 55 takes P6, Pigeon P7, and Milo down in P8 for that session. Here we go. We have Giros on pole with Ludwig alongside him, and we have 31 laps of this circuit to go. And we have Ludwig on the medium tyres, but it's going to be Giros. Gets a good start, leads us underway and easily into the lead at turn 1. No real challenges as we see Phoenix, bit of a mistake, he's lost a couple places there. And Pigeon also under pressure for that P7 spot. They're going to be side by side. And Pigeon able to get ahead for now, as we have a huge crash there. 4 cars off into the grass. It was Milo, Kozil, Albono, and I think someone else also found their way onto the grass there. As we go to the front, there's some crazy battling going on. We go 3 wide into the final sector. And it's Spyro, the winner from the EM Royal race earlier on, takes the lead, but Giros straight back at him. And into the turn 1, back into the lead of the race. Ludwig still trying to hold on those medium tyres. And it's Spyro up into P3, Phoenix down to P4. Just see Spyro trying to make a move, and he's now down to P4, so Phoenix back up into the P3 he started in. So we see Ludwig, big mistake from Ludwig, and Spyro is through, and Phoenix, unfortunately for him, caught up in that, and he's lost a lot of places, and he's now further down. But GRS, solid start, he's got a nice gap as well, he's pulled out of the way of the slipstream. That's Compressor, getting very aggressive with Pigeon. And there's a lot of cars just going off everywhere. Ludwig slightly off there and then into the wall as well. Got Pigeon made it up to P5, the championship leader. Doing a solid start from P8 on the grid, or P7 on the grid even, sorry. And further down we have the HRT drivers currently not doing too well. And towards the front we still have lots of action going on. Pablo getting past a few drivers there. We have Pigeon and Compressor still battling slightly onto the grass there for Compressor, and then even more onto the grass, gets slightly edged by Pablo there, and down into P10 for the Aston Martin driver. We have Pablo now trying to go up the inside of Pigeon. Does manage to make it work for now, but he's now got Phoenix going up the inside of him. They're going to be side by side into the next few corners. We've got Ludwig, maybe a bit of a lag rocket there, and yeah, I think it's a slight lag rocket between Ludwig and Pigeon, and they've both lost a lot of time, and now we have cars everywhere. Milo into the grass. We have both the independents trying to make some progress, and there is absolute chaos going on right now in what is the battle for P10. We have Pigeon into the wall slightly there, and we have Lozzie losing a few places, just about keeping it on the track there, everyone, through that first sector. So we have T2 slightly off. Now Bono's making the moves up to P16 for him, and Kozil's managed to make some good progress. He was 17th when we last checked on him. He's now up to P12, so much better from him. Let's go to the front. Giros is flying at the moment, almost 2 seconds clear of Spyro. Tyne has also managed to make it up to P3, so a good start from him. We have Pablo in P4, Phoenix 5th, Aloxian 6th, and Smooth 7th, Ludwig down to P8. And then Compressor 9th, Nicholas 10th, Larry P11, Kozil 12th. It's T2, Matt, Milo, Albono, Lozzie. And Pigeon, who has pitted, so he's gone for the undercut attempt. And try and get out of that traffic, try and get some clean air. And hopefully make some places up. We'll have to wait and see how well that works. There's Aloxian very, very deep into that corner. And he's lost a lot of time and a few places there. He's now got his teammate behind him. And he's going to look for a move up the inside. Compressor up to P8. Aloxian not fighting that one too hard. So we have Kozil on the back of Larry. Can he make a move? Got the long straight now before the chicane. A lot of weaving going on there down that straight. Kozil having a little look up the inside, unable to make it work. And Larry stays there for now. We've got Matt also making progress from the back of the grid that we saw earlier on. He's now going around the outside of Albono. Solid move. As we see Tyne and Kozil and Matt into the pit lane. So we've got some early stops here. Lap 7. We see 3 drivers into the pit lane going for this undercut attempt. Let's wait and see how that works for them. And where is Pigeon? He comes out ahead of Matt, but quite far off the back of Kozil still. So not a huge undercut from him. So we have some side-by-side action here. Ludwig up the inside of Smooth and up to P5. Man who started on the front row trying to regain some places, and here we go. We have many drivers into the pit lane here. Giros, as well as Phoenix, Pablo and Compressor all into the pit lane. Giros on the mediums, and he's come out just behind Aloxian. He'll be hoping to try and get past him sooner rather than later. And here is a chance up the inside, a bit wide from Aloxian. An easy move from the APA driver. So we have some battling going on here. We have Phoenix and Pablo have just come out the pit lane trying to get past Larry. Still yet to pit. And there you go, Phoenix. Oh, I was about to say up to P10, and then he just slowed down. I'm not sure whether he hit the grass there. I assume he did. And Larry, almost an unsafe pit entry there, almost pushing Pablo in. But fortunately for both of them, they kept it clean enough. As we see Spyro come out the pit lane, he comes out behind Nicholas. And Tyne is also able to get ahead. But Spyro's going for another set of the soft tyres, so interesting strategy from him. But Giros already back up into P2. And obviously Ludwig gets pit as well as Smooth. Also hasn't pitted. Nicholas actually hasn't pitted either. So Tyne and Spyro trying to make some progress. Go a bit further back. We've got both the Aston Martins and Kozil as well. Kozil having a pretty decent race, to be fair, after the poor start. And, well, the Q2 fail, let's say. He's not doing too bad. We have both independents chilling together. And then some drivers further back. We have 3 wide here. Smooth, Spyro and Tyne. Sadly for Smooth, he comes off the worst and he has lost a lot of time and places. And there's a collision there. Tyne and Spyro both off. They lose 4 places each. And down to P6. And this is all just helping Giros at the front pull away even more. And that is a huge gap for the reigning EMRO champion at the moment, Giros. Looking to try and get a win for APA. See, APA took their first UMRO win in round 5 last season. Was it round 5? I can't remember. I'm just yapping. They took their first UMRO win earlier on this season as well. So APA having a good season so far for their standards. We go a bit further back. Pigeon trying to make some progress on that undercut. He's currently in P12. Smooth has pitted. He's now down to P13. So that collision really did not help him. He's got both independents putting some pressure on at the moment. We have Kozil splitting the Aston Martins at the moment. Is the Loxian going to try and go around the outside? It's not going to work there. We've got Ludwig has pitted. He's out in P6. Just behind Tyne and Spyro, we've got Pablo, then Phoenix and Giros over 4 seconds clear at the moment. So having a great race. We're only on lap 13 as well. We still have a long time to go in this race. So looking good for him. And might have to bring out another British national anthem if Giros wins this race. Have Larry onto the grass slightly there. With Pigeon, who I think is maybe trying to make a move on Matt, maybe not. His tyres are probably worse. As a Loxian, bit of a mistake there. It looked like he was ahead of Kozil, but unfortunately he's gone straight back behind him. And he's lost a few places. We've got some battling here. We've got Pigeon trying to go up the inside of Matt. Can he make it work? Doesn't quite have the speed, and Matt able to stay ahead for now. We've got Matt defending the inside, and that is Smooth up the inside of Pigeon. Good move from the Zipex driver, but Matt able to hold on for now. Let's go a bit further towards the front. We got Tyne. Had a bit of a dummy look to the inside of Spyro there. Now Spyro gets a pretty poor exit there. Tyne will have a proper look this time. No, he won't. He just yeah, faked me out there. But he was set in P6 for now. There's Ludwig trying to go around the outside of Pablo for what is currently the final spot on the podium. Going to be side by side into the last sector. Pablo hits the wall slightly, but they're able to make it through cleanly enough, and they're going to be side by side into the first corner. Ludwig on the inside, and this is some really nice clean battling between the pair of them. Pablo slightly into the wall there, but he's not lost too much speed, and Ludwig has made the move. Great battling between them two drivers though. Lovely stuff for the league. We have T2 trying to make a move on Pigeon. Pigeon's tyres are probably starting to die now. Actually, maybe not. We're only on lap 16, so they might be okay. For the time being, we've got Larry. Made it past his teammate for the day, and now he's made it past Pigeon. Great double overtake from Larry up to P13 on the fringes of the point scoring positions. So we have Pablo, a bit of a mistake there, and he's dropped off the back of Ludwig quite heavily. So he's now battling his teammate for P4. That is another bit of lag there between Tyne and Spyro. They are having all sorts of collisions. So we've got Kozil up to P7. What a great comeback from Kozil at the moment. As we see Spyro and Compressor off the track. Tyne still alive though for now. And they are both going to be side by side into the first corner. The Kozil, yeah, great race so far. We're only just over halfway through the race too, so having a good performance after his bad start. And but to fair, both HRTs, we saw them both at the back of the field. Matt now up into P11. He's got Smooth all over the back of him. They'll survive for now. We have Compressor trying to make a move on Tyne. He's going to have to go around the outside. He has made it work. Tyne's slightly pushed onto the grass there, and that allows Kozil to get past both of them up to P5 for the Czechian. So great stuff for him, as we see Pablo, Tyne, Spyro, and I think that was Phoenix that was into the pit lane. So Phoenix going for a bit of an undercut, and they're all going for their final stops. Phoenix has gone for the hards along with Tyne. We've got Pablo gone mediums though, and Matt has gone for softs. That is a very terrible decision in my opinion, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, 12 laps. He has to do 13 laps on softs. I think he might be having to pit once more in this race as our race leader, Giras, into the pit lane. And where's he going to come out? It should be P2 in theory. There goes Ludwig, and he's going to be easily in P2. There we go. He's now got Kozil behind him and a Loxian yet to pit though for their final stops. We have Phoenix, Theory in the net P2 right now as Compressor comes out the pit lane. Quite far behind Tyne actually, so maybe lost a bit of time there. We have Spyro wanting to get past Lozzie. Lozzie yet to make that final stop that he needs to, so Spyro will be pretty eager to make the move, as he has been in the pit lane twice already this race. And there we go, around the outside for the Maserati driver, and he is able to finally get through up to P11. Lozzie still staying out. That's Matt with a very nice dive bomb on T2, if I say so myself. He does have the fresh softs, but still very nice move from him. We have a Loxian coming out of the pit lane. He comes out in P12 just behind Lozzie. We've got Tyne maybe into the wall there. I didn't quite see that one though. So Ludwig still leading. What's he going to go for? I'm guessing a set of softs. Yeah, definitely will be a set of softs. 9 laps on softs is very easily doable. Well, not very easily, but it is doable. Kozil in. He might go for mediums though. Softs 10. Maybe not as doable. We'll have to wait and see. What's he going to go for? And he has gone for mediums, and the timing screen is glitched. He's now currently leading the race. That should fix itself over time. Now we have a Loxian and Spyro battling, pushing each other to the limits here, and pushing each other literally down the straight. But Loxian able to get ahead on those fresh mediums. And they still got Smooth yet to pit. I assume he'll be in for a set of softs at the end of this lap. And there we go, Ludwig also into the pit lane. Oh. Is he DNF'd? I have no idea. Okay, he is gone. If he comes back, I'll have to tell him to DNF, but I think he might be out of this race. Unfortunately for him, he was looking like he was going to get some points today, but not good for him and not good for Zipex. Currently last in the Constructors. That could have been some crucial points. We've got Matt getting very aggressive, pushing Aloxian to the inside. And there we go, Smooth becomes our first retirement of the race, so they managed to survive pretty long, but disconnection there, unfortunately, for the Algerian. So yeah, Matt up into P8. I think he's going to start to struggle towards the end. We got Kozil and Tyne battling. Kozil, I know I keep saying it, but lovely performance so far. Currently in P6. I think I've jinxed him. He's now down to P7. What else we got going on? These are really the closest battles on track. We got Giras still leading pretty comfortably. Ludwig should be on the back of Phoenix soon, I would have thought. So Ludwig currently second in the championship. He was 4 points behind Pigeon. Going into today, he'll get a point for the pole position he got earlier on. And Pigeon down in P14. So it does look like Ludwig is going to be taking the championship lead as it stands. We have Kozil up the inside. There go Matt into the pit lane for his final stop. Bit of an interesting free-stop strategy from him. As Tyne onto the grass there. They're both okay for now. Matt comes out in just about P11, but that might be his final position. He's got quite a big gap. We'll have to wait and see what kind of pace he's got to try and challenge the top 10. We still have lots of battling going on. Loxian trying to get past Nicholas. Nicholas, though, on the soft tyres. He's doing good. Let's go to this battle. Ludwig trying to make a move on Phoenix. And there he goes, through up into P2. He's now got about 4 seconds to try and close up to Giras. I think that's going to be a tall ask from him. But Ludwig is a very fast driver. We'll have to wait and see what kind of progress he can make. Pablo's not too far behind as well on the mediums. They will start to fall off, I would have thought. I think he pitted the same lap as Phoenix. So I don't think his mediums will be too good by the time we hit the final few laps of this race. But Kozil has managed to pull away from Tyne and he's closing up slightly on Compressor. Nicholas doing the same as well. We've got Matt has managed to close that gap up slightly. Gonna need a bit more though, and we have this battle for the final point position. Lozzie versus Tisu. And oh, bit of lag there. I think that is probably from my end because that was both of them lagging there. But we have Lozzie around the outside of T2. Not going to make it work there. Tries to go for a switchback, but don't think that was the correct corners to do so. But T2 gets a very poor exit on the grass. And here goes Lozzie up the inside. And he is through up to P12. As I say that, bit of a mistake. Back down to P13 for the Etruria driver. But he'll be trying to make some moves. They're both on the same tyre life, so this is just going to be a straight fight to the end. Got a bit of a battle here. Kozil has managed to finally catch up to Compressor, and he is now ahead. And he does have the fresher tyres as well, so you would have thought he'd be able to hold it. But Compressor coming back through, and he's back up into P5. Kozil, is he going to have a look to the outside? Might go for a switchback here, can't quite get the speed. He has to stay behind for now. We've got Nicholas, has actually lost a bit of time. Aloxian's managed to close back up to him. So it's both the Aston Martins in some battles right now. Aloxian up the inside. We have Kozil trying to retake that place on Compressor. And he is through up to P5 for Kozil. He's got quite a big gap ahead of him though. Don't think he'll be able to close up anymore. We have 3 laps to go in this race. Ludwig's managed to close that gap up slightly, but I don't think it'll be enough come the end of this race. Got Matt, to be fair, Matt's done a good job to close up, but again, might be able to get Spyro. Maybe Nicholas and Aloxian if they keep battling. He does have some very fresh tyres. They certainly won't die. He's only doing 6 laps on them, I think. So, is he doing 6 laps? Maybe more. I can't remember. I think he'd be at lap 24. Anyway, we have battling for P16 here, which is actually the final positions. Milo versus Larry and Albono just in front of them. And Milo slightly into the wall there. Unfortunate for him. Our Morel race winner from earlier on. Anyway, Giros coming to the start of his final lap now. He has 1.8 seconds of lead. Ludwig P2, and it looks like it's going to be Phoenix P3 and Pablo P4. Unless we see some huge mistakes. Looks like a bit of a mistake from Aloxian there though. Not really got much going on. This is really the only fight between Larry and Milo for P16. This is just for the pride at this point. You're not going to get any points, unfortunately, for that. And there we go. It's now a battle for P15. Bono makes a mistake, and it's another terrible race for Zipex. Now currently second to last and last. However, I'm sure they won't mind, as this is their final AMRL season. Anyway, Giros just about missed that there, unfortunately. I'm very sorry, Giros, but he does win the German Grand Prix. Ludwig takes P2, and it's going to be Phoenix P3. Pablo takes P4, and it's going to be Kozil. Great recovery up to P5. Compressor takes P6. It's going to be Tyne 7th. Nicholas 8th. Spyro 9th. And Aloxian P10. Lozzie takes P11. I think Matt left the race before it ended, so he's now DNF'd. So it's going to be Lozzie and Tisu both taking points in the end. And we have Pigeon third. What is going on? Pigeon's also slowed down. So Larry, in the end, in the battle for P16, he ends up taking P13. So that's good for him. Got Milo 14th, Abono 15th, and then Pigeon did finish the race, so he was at P16, and, well, I guess Matt is DNF. I don't think he crossed the line, so maybe a DNF from Matt. We have Pigeon takes the fastest for that, but it is going to be Ludwig who retakes the championship lead after his P2, but great performance from Giros. He wins, and it is Britain back on the top step of the podium. Let's see if he's got any words, shall we? So first, AMRL win. What are your feelings right now?
You know, I'm actually really happy. You know, I thought Ludwig was going to get me at the end with his strategy, which was quite smart from him, to be fair. But yeah, just hold on well.
Nice. Obviously, might be too late for a championship charge this season, but next season, do you plan on racing and possibly winning the championship if you can?
Yeah, maybe a little bit too early to say, but you know, I think it's definitely too late to try win a championship now, since my first AMRL few races was terrible. But yeah, maybe next season.
Yeah, well, you certainly look like you are very fast. Obviously, you won the EMRL Championship last season, and you're only looking like you're getting stronger. So, might see some UMRL wins soon.
yeah, it's all about just progress, you know. Like I feel like the faster people you race against, that's how you're gonna progress. So my aim is to just climb the ranks, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. You got anything to say before I end the interview?
Um, yeah, nothing really. Just thank you to everyone who came, I guess.
Cool. Well, that was your race winner, Gio. Hopefully see some more wins from him in the future. That was AMRAL round 6. Gio is your winner, and Ludwig retakes the championship lead. Next week is a race, Brazil 2. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.